Hello, welcome to Duncan Egg Bricks and to my first video of 2022. I hope you had a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I had a really nice time off of making videos and also getting to see friends and family, but I'm really happy to be back and I've got a whole load of new ideas for projects to do, as well as sets that I'm looking forward to getting and reviewing. I've got plans for Hogwarts, which I'm currently in the process of finalising and ordering pieces for, but until I get to that and my other mocks that I'm going to be creating, I thought I would do a review of a set that I got for Christmas. As you can see in front of you, this is of course set 75319, the Armourer's Mandalorian Forge. As you may already know, this isn't a new 2022 set. It actually came out, I think, in this either summer or autumn last year, but I did get this for Christmas, so it's new to me, and I was really happy to receive this. It's something I've had my eye on, as I seem to say in a lot of these videos, but didn't get for myself, so it was great to get it for Christmas. Let's have a look at the minifigs first of all, and we'll take a look at Din Djarin first. This has become a relatively common fig. It's actually appeared in quite a few sets now, and I've already got a couple. It's Din Djarin, or the Mandalorian himself, in his Beskar armour, with the printing on the arms, which looks great. I've talked about this in more detail in the past. Comes with his jetpack instead of a cape in this version, and also comes with his two main weapons, his pulse rifle and also his blaster. Unfortunately, we're still not getting a head underneath the helmet, and that is actually true for all three figs in this set. I think that's a bit of a shame, as we've now seen his face, what is it now, 3 times in 3 separate episodes. So, and, you know, besides that, we know exactly what Pedro Pascal looks like, so I think it's beyond time they created a face for him. I'd also really like to see them get the shape of his visor correct. I don't think they really need to come up with a completely new element for his helmet, although it is a slightly different shape. But the visor is printed too low. It's actually printed even lower than it shows in the photos on the outside of the box, and that's probably too low. And also, something I'll point out when we take a look at one of the other figs in this set is that the bottom, or the vertical part of his visor, should slope inwards towards the bottom. It should narrow, and it just doesn't. This is correct for Boba Fett. Incidentally, if you've seen the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett, please let me know what you think. I had some, not mixed feelings, but, you know, it wasn't the smashing success I thought it might be. But anyway, that's not relevant to this set. So yeah, that would be correct for Boba Fett, but not for Din Djarin. So I would like to see them fix that. From the neck down, though, this is a fabulous minifigure, and it's definitely appropriate for this scene. The other two figures in this set are brand new and exclusive. I don't know if they're going to appear in any other sets, as they both only appeared in Season 1 of The Mandalorian and haven't been seen since. On the left is Paz Vizsla, who was actually played, or at least voiced, by Jon Favreau, the showrunner. And on the right we have the Armourer, and this is her forge. On the left, you can see it's the standard Mandalorian helmet, but with that newer armour piece that is also used for the Dark Trooper and for Wrecker from the Bad Batch. And that does a decently good job at bulking out the figure. I really like that, especially in sand blue. You can see it's got the Mythosaur symbol printed on the side, or sigil, I should say. Looking at the helmet, this is the one I was talking about. You can see the vertical part actually narrows towards the bottom, and that's the same shape that Din Djarin's should be, although without the printing around it. So they can do it in LEGO. I don't know why they've decided not to. It's very bizarre. The Mandalorian Armourer comes with a new helmet, which is shared with, I believe it's Gar Saxon in one of the other sets. The horns on her helmet are technically too big, but I appreciate them using the same mould for both characters, just because it would have been pointless to make something that was so similar, yet with a tiny difference, i.e. the smaller horns, so I understand that. The printing on the face looks fantastic. The eyes are probably too low down, really, but the shaping is great, and I love the printing over the top. They both come with weapons. Paz Vizsla has got his minigun there, formed with a nozzle piece and a Technic axle pin, and then the Mandalorian has a couple of tools used for forging. Neither of them, as I said, have any face prints, but I will just pop off Paz Vizsla's arm piece so you can see the printing underneath. This might be easier said than done. There we go. His backpack does just come off. It just uses the 2 studs on the rear there. So that is the back of his torso just there. So yeah, nicely detailed, easy to use without the actual backpack piece itself, which is really nicely printed, and definitely can see that's being used in some custom creations. But anyway, those are the figures that we get in the set, which I think are all appropriate, and yeah, they are the figures I would have expected to be included in the set. Right, let's get on and have a look at the build. The build of this set comes in two main sections, the forge itself in front here, and then the surrounding walls and other bits and pieces there. They are disconnectable, if that's really a word, just with some clips there. So if you do lift them up in the air, this is going to flop off. Take a look at this first. It's a fairly simple build. It just uses some round bricks at the bottom with tiles on top. These are stickers, which are a bit of a pain to place, and you have to be quite careful. You can see I haven't quite got mine all lined up as I would like them, but they're decent enough. The build on top is, it's okay. It's got a little bit of posability. There's no details underneath or anything like that, and it does swing into place over the top of the forge. You can see the small candle elements in blue, which I've actually used in my Yule Ball mock of the Great Hall. Just representing the flames of the forge, and they're absolutely perfect. In the middle, we've got something else the Mandalorian Armourer can manipulate, which is one of these crate box type things here on a Technic, well, it's a Technic pin and then a bar, and you can put an ingot piece in there to represent Beskar being melted. I think I'll echo what some other reviewers have said, which is it's a bit bizarre that this is pearl dark grey rather than pearl silver. You know, I think shiny silver would be the best, metallic silver, but if they were going to choose anything, pearl silver would have made sense, you know, sort of the same colour as the Mandalorian's helmets, but there we go. I think the other good idea would have been a 1x2 metallic silver tile with the little Empire print on it. I think that would have looked fantastic, but that would have been another printed piece, so I get why they didn't do it. Off to the side here, we've got some clips where you can put some tools. So we've got a spare hammer, and of course the Mandalorian Armourer is holding a couple herself. And then on the side here, we've got a small table where Din Djarin and Paz Vizsla can sit down and have an argument. Moving on to the other part of the build, this has got a little bit more detail. We've got a couple of tiles with stickers on them showing the Mythosaur sigil, one on either side there. It's not quite as impressive perhaps as the one in the show, but it gets the job done, and of course it's fewer pieces than if they tried to brick build it. We actually get an unprinted Mandalorian helmet just here, which is quite cool. Have to try and think of a use for that. This is in pearl dark grey, so I suppose that could be understandable why these ingots are the same colour. That just goes on the side there. This is supposed to be an anvil just made out of an upside down ice skate, which looks all right. Over here we've got I think it's another element that's meant to be heating the ingots. I can't remember the exact context from the show. It looks good, however. It got a single trans light blue stud on the bottom there to represent that energy. Got a few more stickers just back here for control panels, as well as a small printed brick here which has a Mandalorian hologram on it. This is actually taken from the Imperial Light Cruiser, where it does actually represent Din Djarin. Here I think it's just representing a generic Mandalorian making a call into the Armourer. Got a cabinet back here with a printed lock piece here, or a keypad. This will open up neatly, and inside we've got a sticker on a panel at the back there, just showing some more photorealistic tongs, as well as a couple of boxes. This whole bit can actually be pulled away, either as an escape route or just to be able to take a look at it separately. And these crates down below hold a few extra pieces. So we've got a spare ingot, a thermal detonator, and a silver blaster, which again you could pretend they are there in case of emergencies, or if not, then they just make up some nice texturing that closes and just pops back in there very nicely. The two sections are held apart, not actually by hinges, but by one of these 45-degree wedge plate type things, so you can't actually move these, although if you disconnected that, then this hinge would allow you to manipulate them. There we go. Look around from the back. There aren't too many random colours. Bunch of useful, possibly dark tan pieces there. So yeah, overall it's a small set, but I think it does a good job of representing the entire room really well without using too many pieces. I'll just briefly show you the used sticker sheet. So those are the stickers. You can see those large curved ones, a few others there, but really not too bad. Spare pieces in this set are the usual amount you would expect, just loads of small pieces, spare nozzle, and I think there's a spare candle flame piece, which is nice. Instructions and box are the exact same you would expect. I'm sure there are just some adverts for other sets, including the Bad Batch, other Mandalorian sets, one I've got just there. And then the box is your standard box just here. I actually paid only £20 for this set, although it retailed when I bought it for 27. The price has now been reduced to 25, along with a lot of other Lego sets. So if you are looking for it now, it's come down a couple of pounds here in the UK. So, you know, if you want to grab it now, then get yourself a tiny bit of a bargain. Although it might be worth trying to find this set on sale just for a little bit of extra value. So there was set 75319, the Mandalorian Armourer's Forge, or the Armourer's Mandalorian Forge, I should say. Bit of an unwieldy title. It's a nice set overall, and I would recommend it, especially for the figs. Particularly Paz Vizsla is a favourite of mine there. Don't know if I'll be keeping the entire set intact, possibly just the Forge section. But yeah, we will see. It was a nice set, and yeah, it's a little bit of a slow, small start to the new year, but there will be more coming, including, of course, my Diagon Alley review. I've just got the instruction manuals off camera here. I'm going to have to take some time to do that, as there is an awful lot to talk about, and you know, I'm really looking forward to that. So there'll be that, another couple of reviews, and as I said, there will be quite a few mock videos coming up. I've got a long list of mocks that I want to do, and yeah, we will see what happens. So here is to 2022. Going to kind of look at this as my second proper year of being on YouTube. So, you know, let me know what you're looking forward to most or what you'd like to see, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.